Breaking news. Chargers fans. We have to talk about Quentin Johnston because something's changing. And fast. After just 4 days of camp, this once criticized wideout might be turning the corner we've all been waiting for. Yes, that Quentin Johnston, the same guy who's faced the fire, the pressure, and the doubt, is now starting to look like a completely different player. Chargers Nation. It's time. Let's break it down. But wait. Before we dive into this update, if you bleed powder blue and gold, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and smash the bell icon so you never miss a single Chargers update. Now, let's get into it. Quentin Johnston. The shift begins. Let's be real, Quentin Johnston's journey hasn't been smooth. He's had his drops, he's disappeared in big moments, and critics haven't been kind. But after what we're hearing and seeing in camp, there's a noticeable difference in his energy, confidence, and connection with Justin Herbert. Is this finally the breakout we've been hoping for? Let's talk stats. 2023. 38 receptions, 431 yards, 2 TDs. 2024. 55 receptions, 711 yards, 8 TDs. Career average. 12.3 yards per catch. That's solid growth, but it's not just the numbers. It's the eye test. He's getting open more, playing stronger, and becoming a serious red zone threat. Go back and watch his tape against the Raiders last season. He was unstoppable. But yes, there were still games like the Texans matchup where he didn't show up the way we needed. That's the inconsistency that's held him back. But now, players, coaches, and insiders are saying he looks different. Like the version of QJ the Chargers dreamed of on draft night. Let's hear from you in the comments. Do you believe Quentin Johnston is finally entering his breakout year? Is year 3 the moment it all clicks? We'll keep you updated on his progress all throughout training camp. Stay locked in, Bolt fam. Chargers fans, could Quentin Johnston be the X factor? What if I told you? Quentin Johnston might finally be heating up, and just when the Chargers need him most. No more Mike Williams. No more safety net. It's time for a true X receiver to rise, and all eyes are shifting toward Hashwan. Some say Trey Harris or Ladd McConkey could step into that role. But let's be honest, the Chargers want Quentin to be that guy. They're testing him, pushing him, even designing plays around him during camp. And for the first time, he's starting to respond. But there's still that shadow. The drops. It's hard to forget day 1 of camp this year. Ball floated just over his shoulder. Slightly off-time throw. But even so, it hit the hands and slipped right through. That clip got shared fast. Maybe too fast. But what didn't get as much attention? He bounced back, caught the next pass. Reset, recovered. Stat check. Catch rate career. 58.9% NFL average hovers around 63 to 64%. Drop rate. 6%. Rookie season catch rate. 56.7% 3 drops. Second season. 60.4% 7 drops. That inconsistency has haunted him. You probably remember the missteps more than the touchdowns. And that's exactly the narrative he's trying to rewrite. But here's the twist. Quentin opened up last week about his mindset. He said he feels stronger, sharper, and mentally locked in like never before. And if that's real, if he truly believes it, then we might finally be seeing a different version of Johnston. The one who isn't just fast or tall, but dependable, explosive. The X. Is it finally happening? Is this the version of Quentin Johnston we've been waiting for? There's something different about Quentin Johnston this camp. Not just in his stats. Not just in his body language. It's in how he's being coached and how he's responding. Let's talk about Sanjay Lal, the Chargers wide receiver coach. This man is no stranger to developing raw talent, and he's quietly become one of the key figures behind Johnston's progression. Last year, Quentin struggled with one particular thing. Those over-the-shoulder deep balls. Timing, tracking, balance. It just wasn't connecting. But instead of brushing it off, Lal did what great coaches do. After practice, he'd stay on the field with Johnston, repeating drills, tossing balls at awkward angles, working specifically on that exact weakness. Fast forward to this year's camp. Quentin Johnston already has 3 touchdown grabs, all on over-the-shoulder bombs. That's not a coincidence. That's development. And now, the conversation has changed. Is this just another camp streak? Or are we truly seeing the refined, Year 3 breakout version of Johnston, the one the Chargers drafted with high expectations? Let's not forget, Year 3 is often the moment things click for NFL receivers. Route running improves. Confidence locks in. They stop thinking and just play. That's what we might be witnessing here. A reset. A transformation. A new X-receiver being shaped in real time, just when the Chargers need him most. Mike Williams is gone. The depth chart is shifting. And the Chargers aren't just looking for talent anymore. They're looking for a leader in that WR room. If Quinton Johnston keeps trending this way, he might just become that guy. Chargers fans. Now comes the real test for Quinton Johnston. So far, it's been flashes. Clean routes. Strong hands. Deep ball touchdowns. But here's the truth. Everything changes once the pads come on. Right now, Quinton Johnston is making highlight grabs in shorts. No real contact. No real collisions. Just receivers and defensive backs running full speed in open space. But this week, things get serious. Pads. Helmets. Physical coverage. That's where we'll learn if Quinton's growth is real or just a camp mirage. And it matters more than ever. From what we've seen at Camp Day 4, there is reason to be optimistic. A gorgeous over-the-shoulder bomb from Justin Herbert, and Quinton tracked it like a pro. Eyes locked in. Hands perfectly timed. Smooth finish. He didn't fight the ball, he snatched it. Little things like that. They're big indicators of a receiver who's finally understanding the position, not just relying on talent, but refining the craft. If that continues when defenders start bumping him at the line, and those safeties start crashing in, then we could truly be watching Johnston's breakout in real time. Now, zoom out for a second. Imagine a receiving room where Quinton Johnston finally lives up to the hype. Pair that with Trey Harris, Ladd McConkey, Keenan-like skills from KLS, plus a tight end rotation of Gadsden, Fisk, Tyler Conklin, and Will Dissly. That's versatility. That's depth. And quietly, that's a dangerous offense being built around Justin Herbert. Oh, and don't sleep on Amari Hampton, either. Word is, he's quietly becoming a reliable pass catcher out of the backfield. A backfield that could quietly be one of the most underrated weapons in the AFC. Bottom line. If Johnston's progress holds up once the contact begins, this Chargers offense might be much more explosive than people expect. Quinton Johnston, finally turning the corner? It's been a long wait, but it looks like Quinton Johnston might finally be figuring it out. Over the last few practices, he's stacking momentum, 3 touchdowns in 4 days, most of them coming on deep shots down the field. It's not just about the catches. It's how he's making them. Smooth tracking, sharper footwork, cleaner hands. After everything we've seen the past 2 seasons, this version of Johnston feels different, more confident, more consistent, maybe even ready to be the guy. Of course, it's still early. These camp practices, without pads, don't tell the full story. But signs are starting to point in the right direction. And with no clear WR1 in the X spot right now, the window is wide open. Sure, the Chargers could look to sign someone else. But honestly, are there better options out there? Because if Quinton keeps trending like this, the answer might be right in front of them. Don't forget, Trey Harris and KLS are still in the mix too. The competition is real, but Johnston is making the most of his reps. And you can feel the energy building around him. It's been a slow climb, but maybe, just maybe, this is the year we see Johnston make the leap we've been waiting for.